What's up, everyone? Thanks for watching Puppet Master FPV. I am very limited on time, but I'm gonna go fly my Raceflight quad that I spent a lot of time on last couple days, trying to figure out my issues and how to get it flying correctly. So, yeah, we got that going. So what did I do? Well, just because you get the Revolt or the Skitzo flight controller and it says, you know, go on to Raceflight oh shit, Raceflight.net, you're not going to get the latest version of Raceflight 1 or the latest version for your flight controller. Potentially not even close, as I found out. The version that I got when I went online and downloaded, and no offense to Raceflight, you know, I'm trying to keep a very open mind about this, and I realize this is not, you know, something that you just like take out of the box like a Blade Theory XL and flies great. There's a little bit of work that's going to be needed to be put in to work out the kinks, work out the bugs, and get it tuned and flying the way you want it. So I had a eureka moment, and there's just, the way Raceflight does it is this secret square shit, using my dad's term. And I say secret square shit because it is a closed source program, right? And that, or closed source software, so they don't want people to be able to pirate and know what they're doing exactly, right? They want a little bit of privacy and secrecy, maybe even. So you have to go on Slack, which is an app you have to download on your phone, and once you're there, you'll see some links because a lot of people ask the same questions, and I think it's what is called beta test, something like that. And if you're on Raceflight, then you go to that special hashtag. I'm not even going to say it because I know they don't want people. It's supposed to be like, when I finally found the version I needed, it was on, it had do not share in the title of the address. So I know that, you know, they don't want this being broadcast out there, but it's also important for people like me who buy the product, support the guy, that we're able to get the newest, most current version so we can fly our quads the way they're supposed to. So I downloaded with Raceflight 3.2. It's a total beta. It says test carefully, but it has Koopa mode, which at the moment I can't really use because I have a 6-channel transmitter. I need a 7th or 8th channel. Son of a bitch. So I can't try out the Koopa mode, but I did do a line of sight test. Well, first I downloaded 3.17 and downloaded it, and I did a line of sight flight out back, and it was like night and day difference. Quad motors were cool after, they weren't hot at all. I also added another capacitor, so now there's 2 capacitors. The second capacitor I put on the LiPo, and this will be interesting. I hope my camera works right now, because right now I have my telemetry receiver wired to the board and my VTX wired to the board, but I have my camera, because I didn't really see anywhere another 5-volt, and I could probably do it from the bottom, but I don't know. I'm learning, so cut me some slack, Jack. And so I just wired it straight to the LiPo, and I noticed there was some lines and feedback, you know, because it probably needs an LC filter between there. But I put a capacitor on the back, and then when I tested it last night, the lines were virtually gone. It was actually a pretty decent video feed. So let's go ahead and give it a try, see how it flies. And yes, work in progress. But we are very excited when we're happy we were able to flash the board with the most current Raceflight beta version, and we were able to update the Raceflight configurator so that it opened and ran. And we did everything straight from the beginning again. We orientated our board, we bound it to the receiver, we bound it to the radio, we ran the radio protocol, we calibrated the ESCs and the motors, and we even went in and we did ESC protocol changes, because now, if you noticed, you can change the DMAG. I don't know if I helped get that done. I know I was communicating with Raceflight recently, or at least expressing my issues, that in Raceflight 1, I'm searching around and there's nowhere to change ESC protocols. And I'm not a code guy. You know, if you tell me exactly what to put in CLI, I can do it. But I'm not just going to, you know, I don't know off the top of my head how to go in there and change ESC protocol via the CLI. I don't even know if you can. So, yeah, I'm used, you know, the thing I've always used was Betaflight, and that links up to the BL Heli suite, which is now defunct because I don't know why anyone would use it anymore. The BL Heli configurator is so much better, and it's a Chrome app, and so now we're off of that stupid Windows program shit. It's a nice Chrome app. You go in there, and it does everything automatically for you. You pick what update you want to flash your ESCs, and it just does it. It works. Now with Raceflight, it doesn't work because Raceflight 1 does everything for you. You're not going to need to plug into BL Heli configurator. You're not going to plug into the old Raceflight configurator. You're not even be able to because you're in what is it, dev mode or whatever it is. You have to talk to these programming guys to explain the difference between RBFL mode or RFBL mode and dev mode. But or Joshua Bardwell, you know, I've been watching a lot of his videos lately because he's one of the few guys that actually has some digestible content on the current technology in drones, or sorry, excuse me, mini quads, and in conjunction with what Raceflight's doing. So kudos to Joshua Bardwell. I do learn something, and let's go out and riff. Enough talking. See how this Raceflight quad flies.